Have it. Hello, join me today at the bug out range where we take a good look at the Vlad repeating crossbow from EK Archery. Let's check it out. So welcome back to the channel. Thanks for clicking on. Thanks for taking the time out to watch the videos. If you haven't been here before, this is the bug out range. This is where we test out fire crossbows, air rifles, catapults, all that sort of good stuff. So yeah, today I was sent this new crossbow from EK Archery. It's called the Vlad. You might have seen it before. It's a funny old name in it. I suppose they're trying to get at Vlad the Impaler with the crossbow bolts. I don't know. Just remember, in the UK, crossbows for target shooting only, officially. So yeah, like I was saying, they sent me this crossbow to have a look at. They suggested I take a look at it, obviously make a video on it, and give them my thoughts. So that's what we're going to do today. Once we've assembled it out the box, I'm going to test it against some of the other crossbows we got here, which are similar sort of size and draw weight, and see how they perform, you know, for accuracy and for penetration. Behave yourselves. So, without further delay, let's have a look at the box. Now, I have to confess, I have opened this before, so I haven't packaged it exactly as it was when it did arrive. Obviously, I couldn't wait to have a look at it. Now, unlike other crossbows you can get, this one does come with two different limb options. One 90-pound draw weight, and one 60-pound draw weight. Now, I have heard stories about the 90-pound being a bit too powerful for some of the bolts if you hit them into harder targets, wood, etc. But the aim really is to not use wood as a target. You want to use, you know, straw, foam, you know, a proper archery target. Comes with a load of bolts, 16 altogether. I think the magazine holds 8. So yeah, these are 6.5 inch bolts, very similar to the other bolts. I've had a look, they're more or less the same size. The downside is, I think they're slightly thinner metal and the tips don't unscrew. But other than that, they're exactly the same size. Instructions and safety manual. Red dot sight. And not only does it come with two different types of limbs, it also comes with spare strings as well. So you've got a spare string for each limb, plus a lot of other spares and some lube, Allen key, all that sort of good stuff. It's all in that bag. Safety specs, I must have hundreds of these. A quick load magazine, I won't bother with that today. And the bow itself. So I'll shift all this to one side now and we'll get this set up. Right, so let's set this Vlad crossbow up. It's easy, just like the R9 and the RX, quite easy to put together. It's got a retractable stock here, which you can just fold away. That just clicks into place. There's one pin at the front. Just get one of your bolts, push that out, just like so. And then this front lifts up. Only a little bit, look. For this test, we're just going to use a 90 draw weight limb. I'm not going to bother with the 60. That's the 61. We'll do the 90. Alright? So that just slots into place. I won't bother moving the camera to get different angles. You can see what I'm doing, can't you? So string in there. That just slots in, that just clips down, and then just push the pin back in. That's it, done. And if you want to change your limbs or clean it or whatever you want to do, it's easy, again, just to take out. Pop the pin out, lift up the front, and take the limb off. Easy peasy, innit? The sights, little Allen key in there, got a little watch battery at the back there. Just undo the little hex bolts. Slot that on the rail and tighten. That's it, ready to go. What I will do now is just put a little bit of lubrication on the rail because it's the first time I've used it. But apart from that, she's ready to go. Now the quick load magazine, you could put all the bolts in the magazine to start off with. You can then clip this to this outside of your bow. But if you're putting all the bolts in this, you might as well just put them straight to the bow in the first place, you know, why do it twice? So I'm not going to bother with that, not for today anyway. So to load it, just pinch these two clips at the front, lift that up, put your bolts in, make sure you line them down flat. All this is in the instructions of the booklet. So load them up, 8 bolts. So you just make sure they're lying flat. That's all them in here, look. Push this down, clicks into place. Now she's ready to go. Now to cock it, there's a little release catch, push that up. This breaks the stock. Hand on each end. Done. Easy as that. Safety catch. And shoot. Now when you're holding a crossbow, be careful with opening your fingers, isn't it? Because the string's always going to come forward. So you can either hold it on this front protrusion or on this foregrip. Either way is quite comfortable. I quite like this grip. Fucking hell. That's bullseye. Yeah, just got a bullseye. Second shot, bullseye. Let me just spin you around, I'll show you. Not quite, but close enough. So what I'm going to do now, I just have a few shots, get the sight zeroed in somewhere near, and then we go for a run of tests, and then we'll compare it with the other bows. How does that sound? We'll see you in a bit. Now that's a good feature I just noticed. When all the bolts have been fired, and you try and cock it, it won't allow you to. So obviously this will stop any dry firing, won't it? So yeah, nice little feature that. So I just shot them off. It's not too bad. There's a few in the yellow, a couple in the red, and a few gone a bit haywire. Right, now what we could do is an accuracy test. It does recommend you shoot this about 10-15 meters from the target. We're about 12 here, being inside the tent. It's a little bit drizzly, so it's ideal. So what we're going to do, we're going to shoot 5 rounds off with a Vlad. It's got a 90-pound draw weight limb on it. We'll shoot 5 rounds off with the little OP360. This is an 80-pound draw weight bow, so not quite as powerful. Just the iron sights on this. Then we'll shoot 5 rounds with the R9 Deluxe. This is my one. Now I haven't got any sights on it just yet, and I haven't really zeroed it in, so we're just going to look down the bow and get it somewhere near. Again, this is a 90-pound draw weight bow, so it's on par with the Vlad. Slightly different bolts, obviously. You shoot the carbon fibre bolts. Again, these are about 7.5 inch in length. So yeah, let's see how we get on with that. let's go see what we've done. Right, let's have a look at that. Yeah, not too bad. Seems I haven't really spent much time zeroing in the crossbows. They're all roughly in the middle, just slightly left of the bullseye, but yeah, they're all in this area, aren't they? A couple of wild ones. For the OP360, I got 1, 2, 3, 3 in the yellow, 4 in the yellow, and 1 pulled. And the Vlad, I got 3 in the yellow, 2 in the red. So, you know, 1 pulled here, so it's not too bad. On par, I'd say. But the OP360, I did zero that in because we're using that for our bug out weekend shooting competition. So yeah, that's pretty much shoot straight. But no, pretty impressive with the Vlad. There's someone there. The R9, yeah, there's no sights on that. And I was just looking down the crossbow, so I knew I wasn't going to be far off, but they're all in the middle, just to slightly hide the bullseye. So yeah, not too bad for that effort. That's shooting, like I say, about 12 meters. The Vlad, just pull one of these out. Oh, that's got in that straw target, what's that, 2 inches, OP360. Again, it's gone in about 2 inches. So on average, it has gone in a little bit deeper than the OP360. Carbon fibre bolts from the R9. Oh. Yeah, again, they've gone in about 2.5 inches, which is usually enough, isn't it? Oh. Oh. So accuracy wise, yeah, pretty pleased with that. And you see they're all in this area here. Yeah, I could tinker with the sights a little bit, get it over, but at 12 meters roughly, yeah, job's a good one. So next thing I do is we're going to try a bit of penetration. Bloody behave yourselves. I'm going to shoot a couple of targets. The second one's going to be maybe a bit controversial for some. Don't worry, it's not squirrels, not this time. First target's going to be Army issue jerry can. This one's already got holes in it, so I can't sell it. It's no good for anything other than shooting at. But it's a hard plastic, real hard. So it'll be interesting to see if and how far these arrows will penetrate into the plastic. And what I'll do the same again. I'll fire 3 rounds this time from each of the crossbows, just to give a comparison. Then after this test, we have our last test, another penetration test. We'll set the target up and we'll shoot at it, and should be a bit of fun as well. So stay tuned for that. Right, stop waffling and let's get on with it. Oh. Just bouncing off. Well, what a test. So yeah, jerry can 1, crossbows 0, or I should say jerry can 8, crossbows 1, because there is 1 stuck in it, and that's from the Vlad. Yeah, maybe because it's in this bit of a groove, slightly thinner plastic, who knows. But you can see all the others hit the target, made a bit of an indent, but they bounced off. Yeah, this is the only one who stayed in there. So when it comes to the test, I suppose the Vlad won that one. It did stick in. Whether I can get it out or not, let's try it. Well, it's come out, but it's left the tip behind. See, that's no longer a usable bolt. That's that test complete. Let's get on to the fun stuff. So before we do the final penetration test, we'll just go through the differences of these 3 crossbows and a bit more detail about the Vlad. The Vlad is a 90 or 60 pound draw weight crossbow, and it's obviously a repeater, you know, with a magazine with multiple shots. Self-loading, and as you've seen, yeah, pretty accurate, over 10 to 15 meters. You get a red dot sight as well, and you've got room to put more accessories on the top. Whether it's a torch or a laser sight, whatever you want, you've got the ability to put them in there. It's got its own little special bolts. It's a pity you can't use a standard bolt of these. You may be able to do it, but I'm not going to risk it with this one. Another plus point for the Vlad, it takes a matter of seconds to get the limb off. Plus you can fold up the stock and that'll go away compact in your bag or in your truck or wherever you want to go. And again, when you're reassembling it, it's just as quick. The biggest drawback of this one, I'd say, is the price. Yes, you get 2 limbs, you get the spare strings, you get all the bits and bobs, but these retail for roughly £250, £260, depending where you get it from. Where the OP360 is 50 quid, you know, 55 quid. The R9, about 175 quid. Again, depends where you get it from. So a little bit more expensive for the Vlad, but saying that, it's a quality piece of kit. You know, it's well built, it's robust. Yes, it seems a lot for a small crossbow, isn't it? You know, you're only shooting a 6.5 inch bolt at the end of the day, and it's only £90 a draw weight. So that's the things you could consider. Basically what you're paying for is the magazine, isn't it? Being able to shoot that little bit quicker, reload and shoot quicker. Is it worth the extra money, you know, than these, or even the bigger version? I don't know, it's pretty cool, isn't it? Yeah, I like to have one. Yes, I've been sent this one, but I'm going to give this away to one lucky subscriber. You have to watch the next video to find out more information about that. That's the downside, is the price, isn't it? But yeah, it's a quality piece of kit. Right, let's get on with this last test. So last test, I'm going to shoot at a target. I'm going to see how far it travels through the target. Now when picking a target, you don't want something too hard. You want something soft enough so you can gauge how far it travels through. Don't worry, I'm not going to use squirrels, not this time. I got a bit of trouble last time. People were a bit squeamish with the squirrels. But I'm going to use something which might still offend some people. Now if you are easily offended, I advise you not to watch the last bit, because we'll be shooting at cans of Bud Light. Now it's just a bit of a laugh. We had a few guys shooting these at the Bug Out Weekender, and we had a few left over, so I thought we'd just stick these up on a target. They're thin cans, aren't they? Full of light beer, whatever it is. And we'll see how many cans the bolts go through. Right, so if you do like Bud Light, if you are that way inclined, yeah, I wouldn't be offended if you want to switch off. But if you're not offended, stick around and we'll see how many cans the bolt will go through. So there we are. If you ever wanted to know how many cans of Bud Light a Vlad crossbow can shoot through, the answer is 3. 1, 2, 3. And it's ended up in a target as well. Got one left, so we might as well have a shot at that, haven't we? Some would argue it's a waste of good beer, but it's not good beer. Just so happens I've got some more cans, so let's shoot a few more at them. Have it. So there we are guys, here's the video. Hope you enjoyed it. Like I say, I was sent this by EK Archery just to try it out, to give them my thoughts on it. It's a fantastic piece of kit. It's cool, isn't it? You know, it looks great. It shoots straight. Yeah, almost rhyming then, aren't I? And yeah, like I say, there's some really good plus points about it. I say the only really negative is maybe the bolts. It's better if they could use a standard size bolt, and the price point. But you can see why the price is a little bit higher than the others. It's more technically advanced than some of the other crossbows, but yeah, it's a fantastic piece of kit. And like I mentioned before, if you watch my next video, you'll find out how you could win this for free. So that's it guys. Like I say, I hope you enjoyed it. If you haven't done so already, please think about liking, subscribing, hit the notification bell. And if you want to see some more videos, check that one out, and that one. And I'll catch you next time. All the best.